All right. All right. We are live. Let me turn my fan on and get this thing together. Shit. Hold on 1 second. Make sure. All right. Got my fan going. Hey, man. What's up, man? I'm here. Ready to do this live thing. Let me let everybody know what's cracking. Glad to have y'all tuning in. Excuse me. I'm still a little jet lagged from my trip, but I won't slip. And I'm here ready to do it with the family right here live on YouTube. So I'm glad y'all here right now. Let me check on a few things. Let me make sure that I'm live on the right channel. I'm back from the tour. We went on tour filming all around the country. I am back. Let me see. Hold on 1 second. Y'all bear with me. My computer's acting a little slow, but it's okay. Come on, slow ass computer. All right, let me do it like this. All right, but I'm back, man. We're on the road filming for the reality show, the Ism Radio reality show. We're on the road. Now we're back. There we go. There I am. All right, a lot of folks in the chat room. What's up, man? How y'all doing? All right. Shout out to everybody in the room. Shout out to Giovanni. Shout out to everybody putting it down for the Melanoid Ministries. Man, ready for some game? I'm ready to chop it up with y'all too, family. What's up, Miss Charm, the beautiful natural Charm? I was chopping it up. Charm came to the meet and greet. When was it? Was it yesterday? The day before yesterday. On Friday. Natural Charm, the beautiful natural Charm. Shout out to Ola. Ola, I got a mod. Are you modded up? Ola, you modded up, brother? Hold on. Let me make sure Ola is modded up. Hold on. Add moderator. Okay. Okay, there you go. I had to add Ola as a mod. Ola wasn't modded up in this room. Where are my other mods? Let me get some other mods in here. I know we got Charm in here. Let me see some of my regulars. We got Mac Molly. Let me get some other mods in this chat room. What's up, Netta J? Netta J, I'm going to make you a mod, Netta J. Netta J is a mod. Rod Willie, you in here, Rod? We got Malik Shaw. Let me see. Let me get all my mods together so I can. Oh, Kiki Naturalista. Yep, let me get you, sister. All right, Kiki. I got Kiki modded up. Okay, I got my heavy hitters. Good. I got my heavy hitters in here modded up. I don't know why y'all weren't modded up. Probably because of the other channel. Miss Braxton is in here. She's modded up. Shout out to the family. Let me see. All right, let me see. So let me see one of the common names. What's up, Pink Toes? How are you, dear? Shout out to James for giving to the Melanoid Ministries. James Ramon, you in here, brother? Let me see if James Ramones is in here. So yeah, we got some good mods in here tonight. We heavy in here tonight with the mods. So we're gonna cut out all the BS. Okay. All right, but we here. All right, but we got back. We're back. Shout out to Ola. Ola was with us. Man, when I say we had a ball, family, we had a ball on the road. I can't even say which city was the best, man. We absolutely had a great time out there, meeting people, going to the different black businesses out there, interacting with the family. I can't wait to get the reality show footage edited up. What I also want to do, I want to shoot some footage out here in LA. All of my black-owned business people in LA, email me. Because LA is very spread out. Let me know all my black-owned business people in LA. Let me know where you are so we can film some stuff out here too. You guys are going to really enjoy the footage, man. It's some real good-looking stuff. We're down there in, we started in New Orleans. Just had a phenomenal time down there vibing with the family. We went to Atlanta. I had a great time in Atlanta. We're in Atlanta for a few days. Hit up a lot of places out there, man. We really enjoyed Atlanta. We turned up on the last night there, so we had a good time in Atlanta. Then we went to Chicago. We had a great time in Chicago. Chicago was nice and warm too. We went skating in Chicago. We went to the rink because that's Chicago is Bree's stomping grounds. We had a good time there. And nigga, I gotta learn how to skate again. I can't skate for shit. You got your mink slide shirt Saturday? Hey, that's what's up, brother. Yeah, man, the weather was good in Chicago, man. Nice and warm. It was beautiful. And just Chicago was a beautiful city, man. Chicago gets a real bad rap. Chicago was a beautiful city, beautiful folks, man. We were at the rink in the hood, the old school skating rink. We went on old nigga night. But look, let me tell you something. Because Bree was like, look, this ain't, the young kids usually don't come on a Thursday night. Because we went on Thursday night. She's like, on 87th. Exactly. We went to the one on 87th. We were in the spot. And she's like, they play old school shit. And, the crowd's a little older. But, we were doing it for footage. So we went up there and they were playing like old 70s, 80s shit. James Brown. They were playing old school shit. And I guess I'm getting old because I enjoyed the fuck out of it. I was enjoying the shit out of that music. So I'm the old nigga in the room. Because that shit was jamming to me. And it was some old shit too. They were jamming in that motherfucker. So I'm old now. Because now shit was back in the day. I'd be like, what's this old shit? I'm in there. Like, God damn, that shit is hot, baby. Give me some Thunderbird and a shot of Hennessy. They were jamming in that motherfucker. Chicago be jamming. But let me tell you, let me roll back for a minute, because when we were in Atlanta, we went to, Ola, what was the club we went to in Atlanta? And shout out to Atlanta. Shout out to the people, man. Atlanta rolled out the red carpet for us, man. They got us in the club free, gave us a free table, gave us a free bottle, gave us free hookah. I mean, they rolled out the red carpet for us in Atlanta. Shout out to Bree was fucking up that hookah. Bree was smoking that hookah like an Indian smoking a peace pipe. Bree was tearing up that damn hookah. Because I don't drink and none of that shit. Ola, did you get a drink? I know they put some vodka or some shit on the table. I didn't drink none of it. My cousin was there. My cousin Jay, he be getting turned the fuck up. But the DJ at that club in Atlanta was garbage. What the hell was the name of that club, Ola? The club was cool, but was it Opera? It was Arium. No, it was Arium. I think that was the name of it in Atlanta. I think it was right next to Opera, whatever. But I think the club was called Arium, and the DJ was hella whack. I mean, this DJ, we couldn't even, we dance, and then he'll play some bullshit. He'll play something hot for like 30 seconds and then put on some bullshit, man. He'll put on some Lil Wayne and then throw on some Rob bass. I mean, just some shit that didn't even mix. I mean, he was mixing new trap music with old school house music. I mean, the shit wasn't matching, man. Oh, this DJ was horrible at this club. I mean, I don't know where they got this nigga from. He was somebody's cousin. Yeah, this nigga played Laffy Taffy, then Uptown Funk, and I'm like, what is this dude playing? That nigga be playing some, god damn, he be playing Plies. Then that nigga play Drake. Then he'll mix Drake with Aretha Franklin. I'm like, okay, nigga, damn, pick a genre, my nigga. Damn. That nigga mixed Migos with Gladys Knight. I'm like, damn, none of this shit go together, dude. That DJ was horrible at that club, man. We couldn't, every time we get a little groove in, I mean, he fuck it up, man. What's up, Seven Finley? Come to DC. I do have to come to DC. I do have to come to DC. Oh, this DJ was so damn bad, man. I've never seen a DJ that bad at a club. Do you think I'm bullshit? This nigga would mix Drake with Laffy Taffy. It was horrible, man. It was horrible. But in Chicago, that DJ was getting it in. Playing that old school shit, getting it in. And I gotta learn how to skate again. I haven't skated in a long time. I haven't skated in I went skating the World of Wheels with my daughter, but I done forgot how to damn skate, man. You know me, man. Y'all, I do anything. My damn gout start kicking in. My knee be hurting. I'm like, God, it ain't because I'm older than motherfucker. Because I see it was old nigga night. So you had all these old school dudes. You had all these old gangsters and players in Chicago skating their damn ass off. I mean, you had niggas in there looking like Dick Gregory doing flips and somersaults on skates. Respect to Dick Gregory. But you had some old school cats in there getting it in, man. I mean, some old gangster niggas too, man. These old buff niggas who look like they done did about 15 years in jail. No, this nigga was older than me. Now that I'm thinking, well, damn, maybe I'm too old, but then there's a nigga look like Marion Barry skating backwards, grooving like a motherfucker. I'm like, damn, this old nigga getting it in and my knee hurt. What the fuck is wrong with me? I need more exercise. Damn. Yeah, maybe that's it. I'm tall as shit. I'm like the tallest nigga in there. So that's one thing. Because I'm taller than a motherfucker. And I don't be wanting to fall. Because if I fall, I'm going to look like an asshole. So I'm on that motherfucker looking like Herman Munster. I'm looking, skating around that bitch like Frankenstein. I'm trying my damnedest not to fall. You did? Yeah, I found they had a size 15 shoe. They had the last size. But I ain't trying to fall because everywhere I went, man, people got cameras. And like when we went out to Atlanta, everybody knew who the fuck I was. And I be forgetting that people know who the hell I am because, I'm in LA. In LA, you drive down the street and see Bing Rames at Starbucks. It's nothing. People don't trip on that. But you go to other cities and people are like, oh, goddamn. And people are kind of tripping out. I'm tripping out. Oh, shit. You go somewhere and people start whooping out cameras and wanting to take pictures. I'm like, oh, shit. So in Atlanta, when I got home, when I got back to the hotel in Atlanta, I looked on like Instagram and people were taking pictures of my ass all night. I saw my whole night on the gram, on different people's Instagram. I was like, damn. Tariq at the club, nigga. Tariq in the parking lot. Tariq at Starbucks. Tariq at the gas station. I'm like, God damn. These niggas on some Secret Service shit. Oh yeah, but speaking of Atlanta, we went to, after the club closed, after Arium closed, we went to another, like a little after hour spot. Ola, what was the name of that spot we went to? What was the name of that spot we went to, Ola, the little after hour spot in Atlanta? Oh, man, where my Atlanta people at, man? Y'all know there's a little spot that people go to. Look at Pink Toes putting some on it. There you go, Pink Toes. Putting that $19.99 on it. Much respect to you, beloved. But in Atlanta, let me tell you something. I am boycotting Starbucks because at our hotel, we had a Starbucks, and I did not go to Starbucks at our hotel. Now, let me be honest. When I was at the airport yesterday, when I got in, I did get a Starbucks, but I got it out of necessity. So I apologize to the family. I was at the airport, I went to baggage claim, and I'm sleepy as shit, and I needed coffee. I was looking for Coffee Bean, and Starbucks was the only place there, and I needed a coffee real bad. I have one of those caffeine headaches, man. I needed caffeine, and my Lyft driver was coming, and I'm like, fuck, I don't feel like stopping nowhere, and I'm here, and this shit is here. So I got one of Starbucks bullshit-ass coffees. I did. Bam. Yeah, man. I did it because at the moment, there was no other option. And I needed it. I needed that pick-me-up. I needed that. Yeah, I'm splaining, but I did. I mean, I for real. We went around. We MJQ. That's the name of it. Yeah. MJQ. But again, while I was in Atlanta, I definitely, while we were on the tour, I didn't mess with no Starbucks. I went out of my way to not get Starbucks. I went out of my way to not get Starbucks. I need, yes, Natural Charm, I do need some pick-me-ups. I do need some pick-me-ups. Somebody said Coke. Hell no. No, trust me, I have not been fucking with, because I don't like Starbucks like that. I like Coffee Bean. Coffee Bean is much better. And down in Miami, well, they got some real good Cuban coffee spots down there. Did I get a chance to wear your son's t-shirts? Did I? Probably did. I've been wearing so many other people's clothes. You did? Did we go? No, we didn't go to a black-owned coffee shop in Chicago. We went to a juice bar owned by this young sister. Real cute young sister who's Bree's friend. She owns a couple of coffee shops. Not coffee shops, but juice bars in Chicago. We went to a lot of spots in Chicago. My favorite spot in Chicago was the vegetarian spot. It was Brother Yosef and his family. That was a good spot, man. The food was very, very good, yeah. Fruit Bay. That was the name of the place, Ola? You say MJQ is the perfect spot for a Mink Slide concert? Yeah, we were in there for a quick minute, then somebody got into a fight, so then we left. But the spot looked like it's cool, but it's like a little after hour spot. We went to MJQ. I kind of got a weird feeling because the doorman at this motherfucker was this brother. I swear to God, this nigga had on some see-through pants. If I'm lying, where my Atlanta people at? That nigga, it was the doorman, and you can get in free. It's like, I don't know what, it's like a bar or something. But this nigga had on some see-through fucking pants. I mean, like some nylon pants. They look like stockings, but they were pants. This nigga had on some stocking pants. I'm not exaggerating. If I'm lying, I'm fucking dying. This nigga had on some nylon stocking pants. And the nigga was walking around with the nylon stocking pants with his ding-a-ling dangling. With no drawers. I'm not even exaggerating. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, yo, what is this, man? What kind of club is this? No, it's cool. I'm like, I felt it. I'm like, look, I'm not going in there with a bunch of niggas with their ding-a-lings dangling. Respect to your fucking lifestyle, but I'm not going in there with no nigga ding-a-ling dangling in no nylons. I'm not. And I'm not hating on nobody's lifestyle. Oh, am I lying? I'm not exaggerating in the least. I'm not exaggerating at all. Yeah, nigga, we went in there. I'm like, is that Cher? I'm like, do you believe it? I'm like, oh, man. Dude, we might need to go to the Waffle House or some shit. I don't know if I really want to go in this, but like, no, go in there. So we went on in there. We had a bunch of girls with us and everything. So, you know, and not as fine as Mama Peanut. They were the girls with, you know, Layla and Bree and everybody like that. My cousin and all that stuff. So we went in there, and the club, it was like a mixed crowd, and the club was popping. No, we didn't pay. You didn't pay to get in. No, we didn't pay to get in. Yeah, we didn't pay to get in, so it was a free spot. I'm definitely not giving no nigga with no nylon fucking pants and his dingling dangling no money for nothing. I'm not paying for shit. So we went in there, and the shit it was popping. It was shit, you know, it was off. A lot of folks was in there. And then a fight broke out, and I'm like, okay, let's bounce, because the minute they start fighting, that means there's gonna be more dicks dangling, and I'm not trying to get hit with a dick. So we got the fuck up out of there once they start fighting, because I don't know what they about to do. These niggas in Atlanta at this club, I don't know what these niggas about to do. They get to fighting and then they start raping niggas. So I'm like, get me the fuck. Where's the exit? Where's the fire alarm? Nigga, because this club, it goes down like underground. You go in and you go in like a little tunnel. So you go in almost like a little cave or some shit. It looked like Ola said, it looked like the scene from Blade, the movie Blade, where a bunch of moist vampires and shit. I'm like, if these niggas gonna start biting dicks for blood, let me get the hell up out of here. Yeah, it was real in the cut. MJQ, that's the name of it. So I don't know what these niggas about to do, but I'm not staying to find out. Because, you got a bunch of moist vampires in there, and then a nigga coming in with a leather coat with a pair of nunchucks with 2 dildos strapped on it. He's swinging the dicks around, fighting. Swinging nunchucks like dildos and knocking people in the head with the dildo nunchucks. So I ain't trying to get hit with a dildo. You never know what you get in Atlanta, my nigga. You never know what you're gonna get, man. So I ain't staying to find out. This shit is already weird enough. I mean, we got the hell up out of there so fast. Nigga have dick chucks. Oh my goodness. But MJQ, that's the name of it. There's a lot of hip hop shows at MJQ. The venue is cool. It's a cool venue, but, man, I'm cool. And shout out to your lifestyle. I ain't hating on your lifestyle. I'm not hating on it. I'm not hating on your lifestyle. But you know what I want to talk about today? I want to hip y'all to a hustle that's about to pop off with these white supremacists. I'm about to hip y'all to a hustle that they're working on right now. The white supremacists, they're working on the new hustle where they have this false equivalency oppression because the world is seeing how black people in America are being treated. Whenever we show up somewhere, we go to Starbucks, the police are called on us just for being black. We go to Walmart, the police is called on us for being black, and then we're killed. Remember, black man out here in Southern California got shot up, which was, I think it was a targeted ambush. The police officer who shot him was a known white supremacist who had a history of being reprimanded for his white supremacist views. A lot of folks don't know that. Also, recently, there was some black women who were staying at Airbnb. And they left the Airbnb house. A white woman waved at them. The women didn't wave back at her because they didn't know her. The woman called the police because they didn't wave back, and there were helicopters and everything, police cars swarming those black women. I mean, the shit is getting crazy out here. It's getting crazy out here. So the world is seeing that. So what the white supremacists are doing, they want to try to create a false equivalency oppression that's really manufactured. And what they're trying to do now is use the whole Native American hustle. Okay? What they're trying to do, the black women at the golf course, that's another one. I mean, it's just happening back to back. So what they're trying to do now, and I'm letting you know the game, they're going to start doing the Native American hustle again, where they pretend to be Native American and act like they're being oppressed because they're Native American. That's starting to come back now. That's starting to come back. That's an old hustle, by the way. The whole white supremacists pretending to be Native American. That's an old hustle. They were the original Rachel Dolezals. And understand, that's what Rachel Dolezal's hustle was about. The whole $5 Indian hustle. Let me break it down. Remember, Rachel Dolezal was doing the whole I'm black thing as a way to finesse. Let's be very clear. All this shit about she felt camaraderie with black society. Listen to me. Rachel Dolezal was doing that to finesse. She was trying to use that shit to finesse. What she was doing, she was acting black, and then she was filing claims that she was being discriminated against because she was black. Rachel Dolezal also, when she was at Howard University, she filed claims of discrimination because she was white. So she was playing both sides of the fence. You understand? She was finessing both sides of the game. The white supremacists are very good at that. So Rachel Dolezal was taking it to another level by doing it with black folks, by pretending to be one of us. See, she was taking it to the next level. That's why she went and legally changed her name, and I think she changed her race legally to black. Because in Seattle, I think you can go to the DMV and easily change your name, but she went and changed her name to like Nchuke. She changed her name. And I think she even changed her race. I'm breaking this down. This is very important. Understand, these white supremacists don't do things just to be doing them. There's always a rhyme and reason, and they do it on some chess move shit. But I think she changed her race to black legally. Yeah, you can change your race. You can change your race. You can. You can change your race. You can actually be multiple races. You can change your race. In Spokane, Washington, you can. Yes, absolutely. You can change your race. Yes, you can. So I think legally she went and changed her race. So now on documents, Rachel Dolezal, her name is Mchuke something. I know for a fact she changed her name to an African name. She changed her name to an African name. Understand, the white supremacists, they'll do anything. Now, she knows that she can go back to being white whenever she wants to. She can still be white. She can just stop tanning and let her little stringy hair grow out. But yeah, if you're white, you can do that. Because white, you can pass for this and pass for that and claim this, claim that. Now, black folks, you can change. You can say, hey, look, I'm white. But no, nigga, get your ass out of Walmart. You can say you white, but no, nigga, get your black ass out of Starbucks. So you can call yourself whatever you want to call you, but if you're identifiably black, you're going to be treated like a black person. See, black people, we love trying to claim all this old other shit, and then we still find ourselves under the foot of white supremacy. So we got her name is Nkechi Amari Diallo. Okay. But feel me. Raven Simone said she's dark white. Yeah, niggas always trying to run. You dig? But the people classified as white, they know how to dip and dive into different racial categories. And they've been doing that with the Native Americans for years. I've been arguing with many fake Native Americans online all day because there was a story that came out where these two students, I don't even know if they were students, but these two white men, one was 17, one is 19. They went to Colorado to some kind of school tour, and hold on. They were acting weird on a school tour because they weren't supposed to really be there. So these two white dudes, they're white. They're white dudes. They were acting weird. And let me show y'all their picture in a second. Hold on one second. I'm going to show you these dudes' pictures. So they were at Colorado State. They weren't talking and they were kind of acting weird. And from the description, they sound like they were kind of acting like they were high. I'm trying to show their picture. They had on some shirts with some weird letters on it. So there was a white woman who called the police on them. Like, okay, these guys are acting strange. They got on, they laughing and giggling, and they're just acting real strange. They got on shirts, and there's some strange symbols on the shirt. So the women probably thought that they were white supremacists, because I'm looking at the symbolisms on their shirts, and you don't know if there's one of these white supremacist school shooters. You don't know. And she said one of them was kind of reaching in this thing. So, there's a lot of white supremacist mass shooters out here, and that's exactly what they look like. And I'm trying to see if I can give you a picture of them. One second, I'm trying to find a picture. And I don't know why a lot of the media places have these dudes' images blocked out, because one of them is an adult. Other one is 17, but the other one is 19. So I don't know why they got this dude's shit blocked out. But let me give you a picture of these dudes real quick. I'm trying to do all this and talk at the same time. Okay, come on, don't act slow on me, guys. Come on, bang, don't act slow. Okay, I had a picture and I can't find it. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm trying to find a picture. But the women, they said they were asking the guys questions. The dudes were giggling. And they were just acting like a couple of goddamn weirdos. So they called the police. The police came, questioned the guys, and let them go. They like, hey, what y'all doing here? So they had on, they looked like regular white skater dudes. Got it? Hold on, where is it? Let me see if I can find this picture. Hold on, I'm trying to get it together. Like I said, they look like regular white skater dudes. Hold on one second. I cannot find it. Okay, one second. Because I wish I could show you guys this image. Okay, hold on. It's a small image, but I'll show. Hopefully you guys can see it good. It's a very small image. I'll try to blow it up so you guys can see it. Well, hot as hell in here. Y'all bear with me. And I'm still jet lagged from my trip. Okay, hold on. Let me show y'all an image. I was trying to find a bigger image of these dudes. All right. Hold on one second. All right. This might be kind of small. Maybe y'all can notice it. All right. Let me blow it up a little bit. All right. These are the dudes right here. All right. 17 and 19-year-old. Now, when you see these dudes, they look like some rocker, skater white dudes. They had on these shirts, and the shirts, they got those symbols. You don't know what that symbol means. That looks like, almost like one of those, that white supremacist group, Atomwaffen. It looks like one of that. It looks like some of those white supremacist groups, but it's a strange symbol. So, if you got these two guys, one with a hood, and they're just sitting around and giggling and acting funny style, and they got on these weird shirts, and you ask them a question, and the women say that the guys were deliberately lying. So now, that kind of puts people on alert, which is understandable. So the media spun this thing. They said these two guys who I just showed, they said that, am I freezing up? Wait, can you guys see me? Wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me know if y'all can see me. Hold on. Somebody said wait. Okay. All right, you guys, we good? Y'all see me? I'm good now? It's clear? Okay. Okay. Refresh your page. If I'm blurry, refresh your page. My bad. The stream gets a little funny style. But now they were saying, well, these two men, or these two teens, were racially profiled because they were Native American. Got it? They said that those two dudes were racially profiled because they were Native American. There is nothing about those dudes that would identify them to somebody else as Native American. Absolutely nothing. I showed you what they look like. That's what they look like when the police were called on them. There's nothing about them that would identify them as Native American, that would make somebody target them for being Native American. Nothing about them. And a lot of these fake $5 Indians have been arguing with me on Twitter, talking this shit. Well, there's pale Native Americans. That's discrimination. Stop it. We're talking about this case. And even when the woman called 911, she never said anything about them being Native American. She asked, okay, what do the guys look like? Are they white? She said, well, one of them, I think they might be Hispanic, because one of the guys said that he's from Mexico. So one of the guys told her he was from Mexico. I don't know how true that was, but so she assumed that he was Hispanic. So nobody said anything about Native American. She said Mexican because he told her he was from Mexico. So this thing wasn't racial, because they look like regular white people. They look like regular white dudes. But these $5 Indians have been trying to get on code with each other and try to argue me down about how Native Americans come in all shades. What we have out here is a bunch of pretendians. You have a bunch of pretendians. You say they don't look white. Those dudes do look white. You have a bunch of pretendians. You have a bunch of people who are classified as white who claim they have 1/28 Native American in them. You understand me? Whenever you see all of these pale Native Americans, quote unquote, most of them are faking. I'm going to say it again, and I hope some of y'all are listening. Most of you are pretendians, and you are faking. I'm going to say it again. I don't care how y'all, they've been pretending to be all outraged, because I've been saying this on Twitter, and I've been coming with receipts. Elizabeth Warren is one of them. These people who are white and then they call themselves Native American, you never denounce your whiteness. They are the original Rachel Dolezals. They get all the benefits of white society, and then they go get some of the benefits of being a so-called fake-ass Native American. That goes back to the $5 Indians. Back in the day, and understand this, I'm a historian. I do movies on this shit. Back in the day, if you look at Native Americans before the year 1900, they were damn near all black looking. Let's be real. Native Americans were so damn dark, they almost all looked black. That's why many of the dark ones were reclassified as freedmen in many cases. So they were reclassified as black, so they wouldn't get all the benefits that the Native Americans who were intermixed with the white colonizers. That's when they had the Dawes Rolls. They had something called the Dawes Rolls, which was an Indian census where they were going to allot land and resources to people classified as Native Americans. So a bunch of white supremacists went down there to the census rolls places, wherever they did the census, the Dawes Rolls. They would give $5 under the table and say, hey, put my name on the Indian census and list me as a Native American. This is where we get the term $5 Indian. So when money started being distributed, all of a sudden, all these white supremacists started claiming Native American. And all the ones who are real light that you see now are the descendants of these fake fucking pretendians. These are facts. You don't go from being jet black to lily white overnight. I'm telling you, Native Americans were darker than me. And I was pointing this out because I was been debating people all day. I had one fake $5 pretendian Indian say to me today, this white lady, who claims to be Mojave or whatever the fuck she claimed to be. Her excuse, because I was hitting her with pictures. I'm like, okay, this is a Native American I'm hitting them with pictures of showing how dark these Native Americans were. She was like, well, the reason why my people got so light is because after a while we weren't outside all the time. Like, if you don't sit your ass down. So she said because the Native Americans stopped being outside all the time, they got lighter. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Man, please. All the white-splaining bullshit logic that they have. I'm like, yeah, so we're going with, so I hit it with that. So we're going to do the climate thing because let's go to the East Coast where the climate was cold. I'm showing you dark, black-ass Indians on the East Coast. How come they didn't get light? How come the Indians in Canada didn't get light? Or the indigenous Eskimos, how come they were dark as hell in the snow? Then they block it when you start pointing out facts, when you start hitting them with the facts. These people that you see, Native Americans were not pale-skinned, family. They were not. They were not. There were no pale-skinned Indians before the 1900s. It just wasn't. These are facts. Especially the Seminoles. Then all the Seminoles were black. Look at the contemporary writing of the Seminoles. Seminole comes from the word Cimarron, meaning runaway. The Seminoles were runaway black people who mixed in. So they were damn near all black. So now you look at the Seminoles, they all white. Now, I mean, we're talking history. This ain't my opinion, because when you start talking history, they started acting funny style. The Washita down near New Orleans in Louisiana. I was in Louisiana, they were talking about the Washita. The black ass Indians down there, the Native American people. You understand? I mean, Native Americans, I'm telling you, they were our color based on contemporary times. Christopher Columbus, in his journal, him and his sons, they would refer to them as Ethiopians. They would talk about how they look like the Ethiopians. That's what they used to call Africans. There's a reason why they thought they were in India when they came over here and saw these black-ass folks with the silky hair. They thought they were in India. You understand? I mean, they use a pale person stood out among Native Americans. They said pale face. That was an epithet. They were not white. Copper colored. Copper color. Copper is brown, dark brown. See, once those casino checks started coming through, all of a sudden, we start getting the Justin Timberlake Indians. You understand? But the white supremacists, and look, there's a book right here. Look. I've talked about this book before. Here's a book right here talking about the finesse called Killers of the Flower Moon, The Osage Murders and the Birth of the FBI. This book is about some women who had Indian territory. They became very wealthy with oil because of some of the oil wells were on Indian land. So white supremacist males deliberately married into their families and started killing the women and laying claim to the tribe. You have this book. I mean, I got all types of, this is a whole book on the scam. One of the scams. This is just one of their scams, how they would finesse Native American tribes out of their land, out of their money, and out of their lineage, and they would lay claims to these tribes, the white supremacists. So this book breaks down just one of the hustles. There's several books on the scam and the way these white supremacists would finesse. And they do it today. Look at so many people. You got Steven Seagal, who tries to claim Native American. Steven Seagal ain't no goddamn Native American. One of the most famous Native Americans, and we talked about this in Hidden Colors too, it was the Crying Indian from the commercials back in the 70s, Iron Eyes Cody. He was a famous Native American. quote unquote. He went around in feathers and all that shit. Iron Eyes Cody was real famous. He was the most famous Native American in the country. I mean, they paraded him around all over the place. Found out this motherfucker didn't have one damn drop of Native American blood in him. Not one. His ass was Sicilian. Both of his parents were from Sicily. It was a big lifelong finesse. Dude was Italian. Yeah, it was Italian. Sicilian, Italian, same thing. He was Italian. Dog the Bounty Hunter. He's another one. Y'all notice he loves to try to claim to be Cherokee. Dog the Bounty Hunter. And I want y'all to look this up about this racist piece of shit. Dog the Bounty Hunter, his grandmother is Polish. His family is from Poland. His grandmother came over here to the States and started selling Native American artifacts and trinkets. And because she would sell these Native American trinkets, she would say, oh, let me dress up as a Native American. So she would dress up as a Native American and start selling these trinkets as a bigger selling point. So people started to assume she was Native American, and she just took on the role of a Native American and just kind of ran with it. That bitch wasn't nowhere near Native American. She's from Poland. His ass ain't Native American at all. Not one damn drop. Not nothing. You look up what I'm saying. Dog the Bounty Hunter ain't got one damn drop of Native American in him. Not one. Not one. His family's Polish. His fake Pretendian grandmother was Polish, pretending to be a Native American. And this is the hustle. When you start calling them out, these $5 Indians, on being Pretendians, then they'll start pushing the envelope. They'll start moving the envelope around. Because once you start pointing out, because they know they're scamming. The name of the game is for us to not know the scam. So once you start pointing out lineages and genealogy, and you start pointing out the dolls rolls, and you start pointing out the scams that they've been participating in that's well documented, then they'll say, well, being a Native American is not just about blood quantum. It's about kinship, and it's about customs. Watch when they say that. All right? Watch when they say that. Because what they're saying is, yeah, I know that I'm not a blood descendant of the Native Americans. Yeah, I know I'm fake, but the natives, they accepted me because I practiced their culture. So I've been adopted into the tribe. So that's the new hustle. Well, not new, I ain't gonna say new. That's an old hustle. But just watch the words. Watch the words. Well, legally, I'm a Native American because I was adopted into the tribe. Watch the words that they use. Yeah, it's that I'm an honorary Indian, so that means I'm the real Indian. I'm an honorary, so I'm supposed to get the casinos and the benefits because that's the scam. Basically, some I'm white and I say so bullshit. Because that was the case with this one guy, this one white dude pretending to be a Native American. He was a lawyer and he was finessing all these casinos. And even the real natives was like, hey man, you ain't one of us. And he was like, oh yeah, yes I am. I was adopted into the tribe. So I'm supposed to get one of those casinos. See, when it comes to these fake Pretendians, the pale-faced Pretendians, who ain't got one drop of Native American blood in them, it's all about, well, I enrolled into the tribe and they adopted me, so I'm Native now. So legally, I'm a Native American. But when it comes to black folks who do have Native American bloodlines, for real, they make black folks jump through all types of hoops. Oh, you got to show some DNA. Oh, you got to have some blood receipts. Oh, they make black folks jump through all types of hoops. When these treaties specify that black people are supposed to get some of the same benefits as some of these other Native Americans, because the black freedmen were allowed some of the same allotments. And many of the so-called 5 civilized tribes, they go out of their way to expel black members. They were doing that for a long time. They would go out of their way to expel black members. So when these Pretendians try to, because what they're going to try to do now, they're trying to latch on to what's going on with us so they can do some more finessing. Because that Treaty of 1866, that's something that Claude Anderson talks about a lot. How black folks are supposed to get some of those same benefits according to the treaty. And they had to re-solidify that treaty recently because the Cherokees kept expelling the black people. They said, okay, these treaties are supposed to be the law of the land, but we'll allow certain tribes to have sovereignty so that they can make up their own laws as sovereign nations. So they flooded those 5 tribes with a bunch of white supremacists who said the black folks can't get none of this shit. They specifically expelled black folks from these tribes. Y'all look all this stuff up, I'm saying. So I've had some of these Pretendians on Twitter trying to argue me down like, oh man, I really care for black folks. Our struggle, we should share in the struggle. We're both oppressed people. I'm like, okay, if we so oppressed, what are you doing to stop people from the 5 civilized tribes from kicking the black members out? Because this whole thing of we in this together, it's always a one-sided thing. It's always black folks caping for you, but I can't see where y'all doing shit for us, except kicking us out of stuff. So we're going to have to start getting some tough love with these folks out here, family. We're going to have to start being on some tough love shit. And I got some Pretendians. Okay, there's one Pretendian from the Choctaw Nation, because I asked him, he's all in my mentions talking about why am I hating on the Native Americans? I'm not, I'm hating on the Pretendians. He said, I'm a tribal member. I don't get a penny, sucks. There were some Choctaws who had slaves. You had ancestors who might have, okay. So he's talking some more white supremacist bullshit. Man. But I want this guy to call me. Hold on. Hold on one time. Okay, this one Native American dude, I want him to call in. Hold on. I want this guy to call in because he's supposed to be a lawyer. I want to talk to his ass on the air. Fuck all this tweeting back and forth. I want to talk to this guy on the air. And he's taking pictures with black folks, and I don't give a fuck about that. He's taking pictures with black folks. I want this dude to call in. Because we're going to put this shit we're going to have to put this shit on the table. It's time to put some of these folks on Front Street right now. Because the cape is off for me. I ain't caping for nobody. And these people, what they want to do, they want us to start caping for them now on some we all in this together. We're all oppressed. I'm Native. Because I've been seeing stories talking about how Native Americans are killed at the highest rate by police. I've been seeing that bullshit circulate around. So they're really trying to push this Native Americans are just as oppressed as blacks narrative now. You dig? It's very interesting how they're really trying to push that now so that they can create a false equivalency that Native Americans are being discriminated against now, meaning these Pretendians. So what they'll do is say, okay, look, since all of these minorities are being oppressed, we're going to give money to the oppressed people. So let's start with these natives over here. So what they'll do, they'll cut a check to some white Pretendians and then say, hey, look, black people, I don't know why y'all complaining about all of this discrimination. I mean, we gave a check to you minorities. You understand the game? You understand the game that they're trying to run? They're trying to play this. They're playing chess now. They're already setting up the pieces. So they give a check to somebody. They'll give a check to some white Pretendians, and then tell us, hey, we knew that you minorities were getting discriminated against and targeted, and we gave you minorities some money, so I don't know what else you want. You understand? So we got to call out the finesse before they pull off the finesse. They're trying to pull a Rachel Dolezal. But many black people, you got black people out here who are classified as black, who are 100% Native American. But they were just reclassified. And that's what they did with the Dawes Roll. Some of those real dark Native Americans, they just called them black and called them freemen. And many of them amalgamated into black society. Go look at that movie, The Revenant, with, what's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio, I think that's him, The Revenant, where they were battling these Native Americans and they kept referring to them as tree niggas. There's a reason why they kept referring to Native Americans as niggas, because of their color. They were dark. There's a reason why they would send black people into Indian territory to gain camaraderie with Native Americans. There's a reason why when the Spanish came over into Florida, they had a black man named Estebanico the Moor, who was the liaison between the white Spaniards and the Native Americans, because Estebanico was black, the same color as the natives. Estebanico walked all through the South, politicking and negotiating for the white settlers. The Lewis and Clark Exposition, they had a black man named York who was with them. Who? Estebanico was not a white Moor. Estebanico was black. Every description of him was black. Look up Estebanico the Moor. They would call him Black Stephen. You did? Yeah, the Trail of Tears was at least 30% black people. Of course it was. But black people would always act as a liaison. That's why black people, we founded a lot of major cities here in America. Buffalo was founded by a black man, Black Joe. They called him Black Joe. We talked about that in one of the Hidden Colors. He went up in there because as a black person, you could go into Indian territory and not get the same hostility as a white supremacist. The Native Americans, they like, you see a white supremacist, you kill them on sight. In many parts of the country. There's a reason why Chicago, I was just in Chicago, it was founded by a black dude. Most of these major cities were founded by black people because black people could go into Chicago. Brother DeSable, who was Haitian, he could go into Chicago, into that area where the dark Native Americans were and not get that hostility because he looked like them. Los Angeles was founded by a group of black people. White supremacists couldn't come out here in the West like that by themselves. It was hostile towards them. Yeah, Los Angeles was founded by blacks. You go down to Biddy Mason Park in Los Angeles, downtown Los Angeles, they got a small little plaque saying that Los Angeles, the founders were a family of black and mulattoes mixed with Native American. At Biddy Mason Park, down in a very small little spot downtown LA. You dig? Yes, Chicago was founded by a Haitian dude. He wasn't a Native American. We know that. Are you missing the point, brother? The point is, black people could go into these places because they look like the natives. They could go in there without the same hostility. They could go into these territories. Biddy Mason Park. B-I-D-D-Y Mason. Hello? Somebody playing the phone. I want that native dude to call up. Let me see. He's on Twitter. Let me see if this dude is on, because I want him to call up. I want to hear his bullshit. Hold on. Yeah, I want to hear this dude call up. He's backpedaling now. Let me hit him up again. Hold on. You to call in the. Hold on, y'all bear with me because I want this dude to call up. All right, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I want him to call up. Yeah, I don't want all that backpedaling. Get on here. Let's see. What is this? Hold on 1 second. Okay, yes, you did. Yeah. Hold on 1 second, guys. Man. Yeah, I want that dude to call up. But like I said, a lot of these dudes out here who are claiming to be Native American, these are Pretendians. They finesse the game. And when they finesse the game, they try to play both sides of the fence. They start talking about, well, my people suffered. What you mean, your people? You're 100% European. Oh, no, I've been adopted by a tribe. And my tribe, since I'm adopted by them, I share their pain. No. And then they try to make a false equivalency argument talking about skin color. Well, they're light-skinned black people. Black people are mixed. Does that make them any less black? Well, the thing about black people who are mixed and light-skinned, all of them were put on the damn plantation in slavery. If a black person had identifiably black features, no matter how minute they were still victims of white supremacy. If a black person had any identifiable black trait, no matter how light they were, kinky hair, anything, they were still thrown on that plantation and made to work. You were still Jim Crowed. So light-skinned black people were punished in the same manner as every other black person. So let's not play the skin tone game. As a matter of fact, those light-skinned blacks, if you look at slave narratives, those were the main runaways because they were punished more because they were in the house getting the shit beat out of them and raped on a regular basis. So light-skinned blacks got the same ass whoopings as the dark ones. Whereas the white Native Americans didn't suffer for shit. The so-called white fake Pretendians didn't even come on the scene until the money started to be given out. So no, you didn't suffer no oppression as a white, light-skinned, so-called Native American, as a pale face. You didn't suffer one iota of oppression at all. Because you came after the fact. You came the minute they start dishing out money. Oh, shit, money? Well, look, I got feathers. I'm 185th Native American. Yeah. You didn't suffer for nothing, but you're finessing the game. They're the masters of finesse. Yeah, we were all on the same plantation. The white supremacists were not. You dig? Hollywood has glorified natives being adopted by tribes. Yeah. So don't let people run that the Native Americans are now, we're all in the same game now. Don't let them run that game. Unless you're trying to allocate some of them resources, I'm telling black folks, get on code. Don't let them run game. They owe us money from those treaties. And they ain't really fighting to give it to us. They owe us money from them damn treaties. Because there were many Native Americans who were slave owners as well and profited off of it. And the stipulations were that they were supposed to allocate some of those resources too. You understand? And those documents are still valid. That's why Claude Anderson is suing. So whenever they come around you, talking about, hey, we Native Americans and blacks, we're in the same struggle. Nigga, where's my money? Since we're in the same struggle, let me hold something. And I'm dead serious. And they know. You hit them up about them 1866 treaties. Don't know. You better get on code with their ass. When they come around trying to get us to hop, skip, and jump for them, I'm going to need that little old paper that was negotiated over 100 years ago. I'm going to need the paper from you. I'm going to need that cheddar. Bitch better have my money. Let's talk about that little old money that we're supposed to be sharing. Let's talk about some of that land that we're supposed to be getting. They'll know what you're talking about. Y'all studied the treaties of 1866. So we're not going to play these games, man. We're not going to play these games whatsoever. Because everybody's getting on code against us. And we got to watch out for these coons. There's a lot of coons out here who are just caping to be caping. We got a lot of coons who are caping to be caping. And you got a lot of these Negroes out here who will try to claim Native American just for the sake of claiming it. No, don't claim Native American just so you can seem exotic. If you claim it, get your paper. Because there's a running joke that, a lot of black folks say, look, I got a little Indian in me. But the fact of the matter is, there are a lot of black folks who have Native American in them. Let's see what this is. Hello?
Hey, Tariq, what's up, brother?
What's up? Who is this?
This is Folk from Maryland.
Okay, I have you call back later, brother. Okay, I don't want to get distracted. I only want that dude to call up. I want that Native American lawyer to call up. I'm in Jamaica, International Plan. Okay, now he copying now. He's splaining now. He's splaining. Okay. Yeah, he's splaining. Okay, now look, somebody, shout out to Tupac Chopra, Gump AT Alien. We got a shea butter. He just sent me a tweet of a shea butter caping for these Pretendians. This chick named D.N. Lee 5. She's one of these old shea butter. She's with Fraudinista. Listen to this. This is what I just got this tweet. My man showed me because I got this chick blocked. She got me blocked. For American indigenous people who are unfamiliar, Tariq Nasheed is a hotep and a charlatan individual who has a huge following, selling the idea of pro-blackness packaged in black male superiority. He's just wrong, and his language is violent and offensive. Because I'm calling out these Pretendians. So they already got the Blavely Blacks and the Shea Butter Roots niggas already caping. Family, we're going to have to realize how dangerous these Roots niggas are. These bed wenches, bed bucks, moist fuck boys from the Root and Ebony are just open enemies of black society at this point, family. They are just open enemies of black society. Anytime folks come at us, boy, they run to their rescue. They cape with white daddy. They cape with fake pretendian daddy. These niggas are so anti-black. The minute people start trying to finesse us, they jump on their sides. The people like Dr. Jason Johnson, all of these moist Negroes over there at the Root. The Root is coon, bedwench, moist, bitch nigga central. You understand? And these Negroes are desperately, vehemently against black society in order to earn their butter biscuits. Remember, it was the Roots and the Blabbity Blacks, the niggas from the Roots, caping for Andrea Constant, the suspected white supremacist female who lied in the Cosby case. Remember all the bed wenches and mammies caping for Andrea Constant? Constand, however you pronounce her name. Do you know a story just came out about Andrea Constand's family? A story just came out. I want y'all to Google this. The woman who accused Cosby. A family friend who he was trying to testify. They were blocking a lot of his testimony. It was a white guy who used to date Andrea Constant. It was a white dude. Hold on one second. It was a dude who used to date her because she's from Canada. They're all from Canada. The family, this guy, a white dude, he said that family is racist as shit. He said Andrea Constant's family was basically doing this whole thing as a revenge against black people. The family don't like black people, especially the mother. The story just came out. What's the mother's name? Hold on. Hold on. The mother, I'm trying to find the exact article. Hold on. Yeah, here's the article. It's on YC News. Cosby accuses family despises black people. Used to get revenge on all black people. Gianna Constant. So this guy, who is a friend of the family, talked about, his name was Russell. What's Russell's last name? Robert Russell. He was a friend of the family. And he was in the trial. I think he did a little testimony. They blocked a lot of his stuff because he was the one, he was going to tell how Andrea Constant was a drug user. But they blocked him from saying that. But Andrea Constant's family, her mother, they were very anti-black. And the thing is, they were really anti-black women. Because Andrea Constant, from what this guy says, she dated, a long time ago, she dated this athlete named Steve Nash from Canada. I think Steve Nash, I don't know who he plays for now, but he was a Canadian basketball player. And remember, Andrea Constant, she played basketball too. So she dated Steve Nash. Steve Nash, I think, left her. Did Steve Nash retire? I don't know. I'm not a basketball fan like that. Steve Nash is retired. Okay. Steve Nash left her for a black chick. Steve Nash married a black woman. When I tell you about how these white supremacist women, they cannot stand when a black woman takes their dude. He's retired. Got it. We got that. We got it. But he married a black woman. And he's always had a little chocolate fetish. Feel me on this now. Feel me. So he left her for another black woman. And this Robert Russell dude said that while Steve Nash was dating Andrea Constant, wife cheated on him too, would she, man? While Steve Nash was with Andrea Constant, Steve Nash took a picture with this black woman, and the mother was like, why is he with that bimbo? Just degrading the sister. So they've had this vendetta on black women, that family. You understand? And the white supremacists, they treat all of us as one big Negro, black men and black women. They have these lifelong vendettas. that they carry with them for their whole life. Well, look it up. Look all this shit up. And the thing is, a lot of these dudes and women in the dominant white supremacist society. So yeah, she's the best. Somebody says she's the bad one. That's not the point. The point is, they felt a certain way about black folks. That was like a vendetta. And it's very ironic that all of these Negro bedwenches are caping for that woman and her family, and that's how they feel about you. You caping for them. They got these Negro bedwenches all running outside the court, yelling, acting a damn fool, and that family can't stand your ass. That family despise your ass. Do you understand that? Why you caping? Steve Nash's baby came out dark skinned. Hilarious. But they do not like that. That's why those white feminists, they don't fuck with sisters like that. They ain't about to let you get access to their dudes. Them white feminists can't stand your ass. That's why they never do anything to help you. They use you as a pawn, and y'all bedwenches and coons over at places like The Root, you're paid coons. Oh, she's a fine chick. Steve Nash's wife was fine than a motherfucker. She's a fine sister. His son, his godson is RJ Barrett. Oh, the wife cheated with a black root teammate? That's funny. That's funny. But yeah, they always, speaking of that, how people try to finesse different races. Just like in the Cosby trial, none of Cosby's accusers, most of the so-called women of color who were Cosby accusers, with the exception of Beverly Johnson, her story got dismissed so fast and debunked so fast, it don't even count. But most of those women of color who were Cosby accusers, those women didn't identify as black. None of those women identified as black, especially that Lily Bernard chick. She's Cuban. Then all of a sudden she comes out with the beads and the afro. None of those women identified as black. None of them. Until the trial, and all of a sudden the lawyers got them coming out wearing dookie braids and bamboo earrings. They're so outdated when it comes to black culture, they don't even know what the new trends are. That's how out of touch they were with black society. Lily Bernard, she's dressed like damn Cleopatra Jones, and the other one had on them salt and pepper Roxanne Shante earrings. They're dressed like black folks used to dress 20 and 30 years ago. That's how out of touch with black society they were. You dig? Real heavy stuff. The stream is janky again. Let me see. And y'all can hear that my sinuses are a little messed up. You know, from being on the road. Yeah, my sinuses are still a little janky. Yeah, I know. I'm dressed in burgundy and red. I'm dressed like a brim. Ooh, man, my face looks sweaty. Well, I need some sleep, shit. Yeah, I would love to go down there to Dr. Sebi's spot down there in Honduras. I'd love to go down there and see what's popping. Get on Kanye. Well, Kanye ain't look, man. Kanye, you know, his cooning is self-explanatory. I do need to use that spray. I need to use that. But I'm telling y'all, the root, those Negroes at the root, those coons and bedwenches and mammies are extremely dangerous over at the root. I mean, these people are sleeper cells within black society. All they do is gain intel on black society in order to feed it to the dominant white society to be used against us. Particularly those Negroes over there at the root in particular. I don't think people fathom how dangerous those Negroes are over at the root. We can't fathom how dangerous those Negroes are. Steve Nash never married a white woman? I can imagine. I bet he didn't. I bet he never did marry a white woman. I can imagine he didn't. I'm telling you, real talk, Tashaka, the root, those Negroes hate black people. Madame Noir, too, those people hate and despise black society. You know, young Negroes, they'll talk up a good game when they think when white daddy ain't looking, but the minute white daddy comes in the room, you see these niggas getting right on board with white supremacy. When white zaddies say jump, they jump. See, that's how you can tell where Negroes are. Let's see what this is. What's up? Who's calling?
Peace. This is Yanaja Halon Wolf. My Twitter handle is Queen Yanaja. How are you doing, Brother Tariq?
What's up, sister? How are you, dear? I've talked to you before, right?
Huh?
I've talked to you before, right?
Yes, we have spoken. I'm Minister Farrakhan's granddaughter. I'm also half Oglala Lakota from Pine Ridge, South Dakota.
Exactly. That was just about. This is Minister Farrakhan's granddaughter right here. How are you, dear?
I'm good. So, Big Jossie Ross is a good friend of mine, and I didn't see the whole entire conversation.
Okay.
But being Black and Lakota Native American, I think that I could speak for both.
Okay.
Just from my the culture of what I've learned, my experience, and then basically kind of give some insight. And so that's the reason why I wanted to call in. So I didn't see the entire post or hear the beginning of your conversation, but I would love to give you my experiences in regards to the topic of the division, as well as the possible or the unity of Black and Native people.
Yes.
So you was talking about something about what was it that you was debating on?
This is the thing that I had a problem with, because you had these cats who the police were called on them, and they're trying to spin it that the police were called on them because they were Native American. That's not the case. The police were called on those guys because they were acting strange. Nobody knew that they were Native American. So now I've gotten into a debate online with several people who are what I call pretendians. They're not real Native Americans, trying to redefine what a Native American is. And many of them, my argument is that you have a lot of white people who are fake $5 Indians who pretend to be Native Americans or who claim to be some small, minute quantity of Native Americans for the benefits that they get from that. And they also get the benefit of white society. And nobody has been able to debunk that. So that's been my argument. And now some of them have tried to deny that, but I've been bringing up proof, and I've given receipts, and this is a very common occurrence.
Yeah, so we have to talk. So we're gonna open this up a little bit more. There's over 500 tribes, federally recognized tribes in the United States. That means that is over 500 languages, 500 cultures, 500. Everything of over, and this is in 2018.
Yeah.
And so the $5 Indian is more so when you hear that terminology, or with the, of course, facts of there was white settlers that basically bought their way to try to be tribal, to be recognized once the United States government started doing federal recognition. That's more so in the South and the East Coast region. Now, the video of the two young brothers, what everyone is seeing, that was, what is that, that was in New Mexico, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So that's a cultural thing that a lot of people don't understand. So of course I understood because a lot of Native youth are still dealing with historical trauma. A lot of Native youth are the number one killer for Native youth is suicide.
Right.
Suicide is because of lack of hope. When you're looking on every mainstream media, from political to everything, you don't see Native people. So imagine my nieces and nephews. I just came back from Pine Ridge, South Dakota today. We buried my uncle in South Dakota. But all along throughout Pine Ridge Reservation, you'll see all these signs of all these Native youth that have committed suicide as young as 12 years old. It's a lot of our Native youth are dealing with depression because of the fact that they don't see themselves. So when we're talking about myself being Black and Native, I always said I feel like I'm the oppressed under the oppressed. So when the terminology $5 Indian, that's more so with the South and the Eastern region because those were the first places that were colonized.
Right.
But as you begin to start moving towards the West Coast where you're at, as you know, you see Native pride. You see Native Americans that made that our skin tone and everything is we come in all different hues, just as Black people come in Africans from Africa come in all different hues. So it's the same concept now. So those brothers are Native American. They may not look like another tribe from another area or anything like that, but they are Native American. And so one thing
but they're Native American in the same realm as Rachel Dolezal is Black, because legally Rachel Dolezal is Black. If we're going to play game.
No. We're gonna go on actual facts. We're gonna go in regards to when we start talking about colonization and settling.
Mm-hmm.
My tribe. I come from Sitting Bull, Crazy Horse, Red Cloud, and a lot of the colonization that came through my tribe was French. Now I have family that is 100% Lakota, and they are white. So we have to go. So like I said, exactly like how in Africa, not every African is dark as night.
Of course not.
So,
absolutely. But historically, Native Americans, and I made this point earlier, before the 1900s, almost all the Native Americans were either dark or copper. There were no light-skinned Native Americans really before the 1900s. That just really didn't exist until they started to mix in with the colonizers.
That's not true because we're talking about climate. We're looking at, I have my grandmother who was full-blood Lakota, or my great-grandmother, full-blood Lakota. She looks like she's very light because when you're going towards Canada in that region, there's very little sun. And if you know what I'm saying?
And
so
you also,
like,
sister,
like
you have Eskimos and indigenous Inuit people, I think that's what you call them, who are, there's no light at all, and they're living in igloos, and they're living in cold environments, and they're dark. In Alaska, you have people who are dark, the Eskimos. But in 2000, my question is to you, is in 2018, does that make them less Native? Well, the thing is, when they claim to be Native American, most of it is based on them being adopted by a tribe. But when Black people try to make the claim, Black people have to jump through all types of hoops, have all types of DNA receipts, have all types of blood quantum receipts. That's the issue I have.
Okay, so let's go to that issue.
Right.
Because there's a difference between race and culture. Now, so let's talk about
Right. Okay, now let's get on that. Race and culture.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
yes.
Are those two dudes who claim to be Native American, whose family, whatever, are they culturally Native American or racially Native American?
They're racially and culturally Native American.
Okay, so that's like Dog the Bounty Hunter is racially. Well, the Dog the Bounty Hunter claims to be Native American, and his people are from Poland. That's documented, but he still claims to be Native American. He claims to be Cherokee. Dog the Bounty Hunter. You know that white supremacist from that the Bounty Hunter, the television
Oh
show.
yeah.
Right. So there's a lot of people who claim to be adopted by tribes and they've enrolled in tribes and they practice the cultures and the customs, but they still practice white supremacy as well. But they still get the benefits of being in these tribes. You understand?
Right. Now, this was the thing. Now, a lot of times, let's go back to the $5 Indian and the southern region and the East Coast region.
Right.
That a lot of white men. So Native women, we're a matriarchal society. Native Americans, we're a matriarchal society. So that means that the woman had the deeds. The deeds to the land, and so a lot of white men came and married Native women in order for them to have the land.
Absolutely.
It was kind of like a Game of Thrones kingdom. The same thing that they brought over, the English, the kingdom, like let's take over. And so that's exactly where that comes from. Now, when we're talking about before, when Christopher, in 1492, when Christopher Columbus came to America, and then everyone else came behind him, there was over 600 million Native Americans, indigenous people, all throughout Turtle Island. Turtle Island is South America, North America, the Caribbean, as well as Canada.
Right.
And today we're looking at about 7 million. Now, they were enslaved. They were slaves, as well as tortured and slaughtered and everything. And then that didn't stop. That continued to go on in regards to when being colonized. They was teaching the same way that they was teaching Black Americans, in regards to enslaving us mentally. They did the same thing with Native people. Black, Black is the worst. You're supposed to come to us when we look, this is white people talking. You're supposed to, we're your white savior. You're right here to save you. And a lot of Native tribes I hate the word surrender, they were surviving. And in order for them to be able to, especially in the Cherokee and the Choctaw and the Chickasaw, in order for them to be able to, either they were going to be killed or they were going to submit. And let's go to
hold on, because I want to get focused, because I don't want to go in circles. I want to get real focused here, because you're talking about the so-called 5 civilized tribes, the Choctaw, the Cherokee.
So-called 5 civilized tribes, and they fought so hard. But when you're up against firearms and being and coming in the way that they came in, it was either die or survive.
But
I don't even want to say submission.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But we do know those tribes that you named had us enslaved too.
No, we don't know. That's what white America wants you to know.
No,
and this
that's
is the
not
reason,
true,
yes,
sister. That's
that
not
is
true.
very true.
That's very well
Tariq,
documented.
I'm going to take you.
That's
take
very
you
well
to
documented that
Native-
we were enslaved by then. We were enslaved
no.
by then. That's what.
No,
man,
sir.
That's
what they know. That's the terminology that white America wants you to know, because the unity of the Black and Native people is so powerful when you look at the Seminole people.
I know the Seminole. Wait. Let's get to the. Okay, if there's unity, why are these Native American tribes going out of their way to expel the Black members?
No, let's go to actual facts, and not all Native American tribes are doing that. And the only tribe that did that, which is white Cherokees in office with the Cherokee Nation.
So
in
now
Oklahoma.
Cherokees are white. You see?
Those white Cherokees, yes. That is $5 Indian.
Okay. So,
but these two young brothers in Albuquerque, not every this is what I don't want the conversation to continue, is not every light-skinned Native American is a $5 Indian. We have to expel that. We can't unite with, we are oppressed people. We can't unite.
But we can't be dishonest. But we can't be dishonest, sister.
Terminology.
We can't be dishonest. This ain't these tribes expelled the Black members. They're not giving Black people those benefits from the 1866 treaty. They're not.
Not the Cherokee Nation in Oklahoma. Now there's
The
different names
Choctaw,
of
they're not
Cherokee.
doing it either, sister. Which one of these tribes are giving those benefits and resources and land it's stipulated in the 1866 treaty? Which one of them are giving it out without any kind of problems? They're making black people jump through red tape. It ain't the white man doing it. It's the
That's the band. That's the band of Cherokee in Oklahoma, and I believe that they won that case. If you could Google that,
I
real
Googled
quick.
it. Look, last year, all the judge did was say, hey, y'all got to stop. Y'all got to be equitable about it. Because what they did, they said, okay, you guys, we have the treaty here, but you can have your own sovereign rules. And the first rule they created, let's kick out all the blacks. So all they did was say, hey, look, abide by this constitutional treaty and be equitable about it. So they didn't give them any kind of specific measures to go by. They just told them to be equitable, and then the Cherokee said, okay, we're now accepting applications from the blacks. So they have not accepted any large
Right,
numbers
but
of black
that's not an entire tribal thing. That's the president of that tribe, who is also, I believe he's half Italian or something. He is not understand, like, that's not the culture of Cherokee people. And predominantly Cherokee, Choctaw, the 5 civilized tribes, a lot of them know that there is African lineage and there's also black Indians, and that if they embrace them.
But
So that
not
is,
in
that is
sister,
more, that's
not in
more
large.
of a,
That's
of a
not in large
thing
numbers,
of colonialism.
sister. In large numbers, they don't. I ain't talking about they might have 1 or 2 token black folks. They keep most black people out of those tribes and away from those resources, sister.
No, that's not true. But I'm not going to generalize it, because I personally know and been through the 5 civilized tribes in that region of the southern area, and that is not true. Now, and if there's anyone that deals with racism, that is just because of the fact that, that's once again colonialism of the way that the white man has taught that black people need to be over here and Native people need to be over here, because they don't want to deal with another Seminole War. They put so much money into the Seminole War.
If you look at the Seminoles today,
yes.
the Seminoles look lily white today. You can Google Seminole Indians and you go to, they're lily white, and the original Seminoles were damn near all black.
I was as a matter of fact, I'm going to the Seminole tribe on June 1st. I'm doing a film screening of the Doctrine of Discovery. But I was just at the Seminole Nation a couple of months ago, and once again there was dark, light, all various colors. But in their history, if you go to their museum, they don't deny the African connection at all.
You can't deny it. You
can't deny it. But on top of it, so in regards to,
but where's the money? Where's the money though? I don't want to go there and hug and do photo ops. Where's the money?
Oh no, the Seminole people, it goes to the people. They get about $10,000 a month. Seminoles are one of the most wealthiest tribes.
To the white ones. They're not giving black people who are real descendants of the Seminoles. They're not giving that money.
If you are enrolled in the tribe, and I wish if it wasn't so late on the East Coast, I will call my sister, who is Seminole, in dark Seminole. She also is enrolled in the tribe. If you're Seminole, you're enrolled in the tribe.
Because from what I understand from them, they put a lot of the black people who are descendants of the Seminoles, the freedmen, they put them through a lot of red tape. That's why they're so white now. There's a reason why they're white. You can't get that white without any form of discrimination against the darker people.
Now we gotta go to the former slave master who let's not continue to say Native people don't want black people. That's not the issue here. The issue is our common oppressor that set this up so we can continue to feel that we're not welcome. I can't buy into the common oppressor. I cannot buy into the common oppressor when you have people who can classify themselves as white and choose to classify themselves as a Native American. Then you're not oppressed. You understand? A lot of times, some of those people are voted out as well too. You can be voted out of your tribe. if you are not, but it goes
by
like
other
with the
white
Cherokee situation.
pretend Indians, by other white people. Yeah, there's infighting within white tribes or white people within the tribes, but to say that there's a common oppression there, and you have these people who do classify themselves as white, and they classify themselves as a small, minute quantum of Native American. They do play both sides.
I don't know, Tariq, if there's any Native Americans that classify themselves as white Native Americans.
You can find Elizabeth Warren, that the politician. She said she's Native American.
Yeah, and you know how many Native Americans laughed at her and said, "Where?"
I know. I know a lot of. There are real Native Americans. I ain't shitting on real.
Yeah, no,
there are some real Native Americans.
They're like, "Where?" Like, we don't know her. We don't. What tribe she's like? That was one of a lot of white people. Remember the crying Native guy or the so-called Native guy?
Yeah, I talked about Iron Eyes Cody. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, but I went to the Pawnee Nation, and they said that they welcomed him in, but they didn't enroll him. You can be welcomed in, but that doesn't mean that you are being enrolled, at all. You're not going to be enrolled. That's not how that goes.
But a white lady told me that earlier. She was 100% European, and we talked about DNA, and she said that she enrolled and she got accepted. There was a white.
What tribe?
Something with an M. I can't think of the name of it. I was talking to her on Twitter. If you look
was
at
it Mashpee? Wampanoag?
It might have been something like that. It was one of those tribes that she enrolled in.
And that's another East Coast tribe that, but Mashpee, as a matter of fact, I know a lot of people from the Wampanoag Nation, and they look they look like they're from African descent.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You see it.
Absolutely.
The Mojave. Tariq, I really want you to. I want to get you out of the books, and I want you to come with me to a reservation, or so you can physically meet with elders and hear our stories, our oral stories.
I don't want to. What I want that money from the 1866 treaty. I don't want to talk to nobody unless there's a check. I want them to give money.
What tribe are you?
I'm part of one of them. I know I am. Because
I want you to find out.
The thing is, we need resources allocated, just like the 1866 treaty says. Black people, we cape too much for these other groups, and it's never reciprocal. They do not do anything for us in large numbers, and I am not caping for anybody at all unless there's a check for me and my people. That's where I am.
Well, let me explain something to you. Now, let's break down some stereotypes or some. We're going to do some. Yeah. All Native American tribes, like I said, there's over 500 Native American federally recognized, federally and not federally recognized tribes.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean that all Native Americans get a check. My tribe in Pine Ridge, South Dakota, the Oglala Lakota tribe, mm-hmm. My reservation is the poorest community in the United States. We don't get anything. The tribe has to generate some type of income. Even we have one casino, but we don't have a lot of tourists that come to our casino. So the casino basically pays for itself. We don't get any money in regards to healthcare, in regards to free healthcare, free schooling. That's only if we're living on the reservation. The healthcare is not even that good. That's only if we're having our own people at the hospital, but a lot of times, a lot of white people come into our reservations and take these jobs. Mm-hmm. Now, that's one thing that we do know, that white people do come and take and take the jobs that could be for Native people. So we deal with that. But in regards to us getting checks, in regards to us getting land, things like that, my mother passed away in 2003, and we had. The land that I have is so fractionated, like basically 1 foot here, another foot over there. So it's not even worth even being on. Mm-hmm. It's so fractionated. So there's.
I don't see no. The thing is,
that treaty that you're talking about
1866
is only one treaty of over 1,000 treaties. There's so many treaties that all been broken. And even when we was in Standing Rock,
but they get money from them treaties, though. But it's broken. But those checks come every month.
What checks are you talking about?
The 1866 treaty. They get money. Those tribes, the Cherokee, they get money from those checks. I mean, from those
No,
treaties.
they don't. My brother, my spiritual brother is Seminole. My spiritual brother is Seminole in Oklahoma, and because he's Seminole of Oklahoma and not Seminole of the band in Florida, he doesn't get a check. It depends, and it also depends on what band you are part of. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm Cherokee," and then on top, because the federal government started doing blood quantum, which I freaking hate. But like, for instance, like, I'm Black in Lakota. My father was Black from Brooklyn. My mother is she was Oglala from Pine Ridge. Now I have 2 sons by Black men, and they can be enrolled. But if they have children by a Black woman, those children cannot be enrolled in my tribe. So that also goes down to blood quantum and the federal.
But to say that nobody gets money, wait.
White people started claiming Cherokee. These white people started claiming
they get
Cherokee,
money from,
and so they started blood quantum.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. You got a lot of white people, you just verified, that will claim Native American and
Cherokee.
Same thing. The same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And even Obama allocated. He agreed to pay compensation, like billions of dollars, to Native American tribes during the Obama administration. I mean, so there is money coming in. So to say that
not all of the tribes. Let me tell you, these tribes only if they're federally recognized. These tribal presidents and the tribes go once a year to the government. The government says, "Okay, we have XYZ dollars. You all have to divide this up amongst each other." Do you know that's pennies? That's nothing compared to over 500 tribes. So it's one, and that's the reason why so many tribes are trying to break away from the Bureau of Indian Affairs and basically the federal government. And then on top of it, the federal government, we're out of sight, out of mind.
But
this
when you have the five, but when we talk about the 5 tribes, the 5 tribes who are getting allocated money from the government based on the treaties, this is a fact. They do.
No, not based on the treaties. They have to fight amongst them. When they're up there in D.C. A former Navajo President Joe Shirley, he told me and my grandfather, Minister Farrakhan, how sad it is that they go up there once a year and the government says, "Okay, we have XYZ dollars, y'all divide it up." And a lot of tribes leave D.C. with nothing. And that is for education, healthcare.
Well, who's getting? Where somebody's getting this land and somebody's getting these casinos. Who's getting all this land and casinos? Because there's a lot of Indian casinos. A lot of them ain't paying taxes.
A lot of them are not. A lot of them, depending on who is the business sense. Like who's working on a business council. If there is a business council, it depends on the income that comes into the casino. But a lot of casinos have closed. Like I said, my tribe, it doesn't make enough money. It's on a lot of the reservations are in like really far away from the city. Except if you are in the East Coast, you see them a little bit more. But a lot of them are really far away from the city and on truck routes. So for that, a lot of people are not coming to casinos. A lot of them are basic. Some of them have closed down. And some of them are barely getting by.
See, the thing is, I'm not talking about how well the business is doing, because some of them are doing very well, and there's a lot of casinos out here, and somebody's getting this. Somebody getting those billions of dollars. Those billions of dollars are going somewhere. And if there's
they're going back. The casino. That's the only way that Native people can be able to generate a lot. Not the only way, but one of the many ways that could generate income for the tribe. So basically, we're sovereign, right? We're so-called sovereign. And we are basically we have to help ourselves, do for self. So a casino is one of the ideas, and they have generated in order to generate income for the tribe. And that is also that's everything for what the tribe needs. So it's not
those
just
casinos make money. I just don't believe, because these casinos be bringing in Earth, Wind, and Fire and Charlie Wilson and shit. So they are not failing. These casinos are making money. And I want my casino.
Where you're at in California, those tribes, not all of them, but some of them are doing well with the casino. Not all of them, though.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, like I said, I want them to do the same thing we do for them, because black people, we cape for some of these groups, and they do not reciprocate in large numbers for us. I'm not talking about.
Yes, they do.
When have they done
Yes,
anything,
they do.
sister? When
Yes.
When have they done something for us in large numbers?
In large numbers, I was born during the American Indian movement, the longest walk. A lot of people don't know was the American Indian movement was Black Panthers, as well as the Chicano movement, as well as the American Indian movement, which was a protest from 1976 to 1978. And it was the longest walk. They walked from Alcatraz, San Francisco to Washington, D.C.
Okay, I don't. No. I don't do symbolic marches and like 2 or 3 day events. No. I ain't talking about that, because that's how white supremacists, they get away with saying, "Hey, look, I did something for black people. I was at a Black Lives Matter rally." No, I'm talking about we fight for their ass. We try to get laws made, like the civil rights movement that helped everybody. We helped get laws made.
Native Americans wasn't able to even vote until the 70s.
Okay.
And black people, we
because they weren't
was able
taxpayers.
to vote until the 60s.
Because they weren't taxpayers. They didn't have to pay taxes.
But then we're talking about fights of uniting together. The last time we like I said, the white man has purposely separated us. But you know how many tribes. I was in Standing Rock, and I helped mobilize black organizations. They wanted black people to come. They said, "We are family."
Hell yeah, we family when we gotta help them. Yeah, we family. When we gotta help them, yeah, we become family then, of course.
No, not. But no, we are family. I don't know why you feel that
my family needs to give me a casino. My family needs to give me a casino. Then I'll feel like family. When they cut some paper for me, some of that those billions, then I'll feel like family. I don't want anything symbolic from anybody. That's how
have you known any black organizations that went to Native people to be able to ask for lending or anything like that?
Ask for lending?
Lending or money or in regards to like anything.
Yeah,
because
when black people go to these tribes and say, "Hey, I'm part Cherokee," they say, "Nigga, get the hell out of our face." That's what we've been getting from them.
You're talking about one white president, and you're generalizing it to all Cherokees.
They've been doing that since the 1940s, sister. They've been kicking black people out of those tribes since the 40s. That's a long hustle they've been doing.
But the Cherokee, but you have to look at who basically was running the Cherokees of Oklahoma. But that's not always the Cherokees, first off, is it is the largest tribe in the United States, because everyone, I don't know how they're the largest, but they're the largest. And so, but that's not all Native people, and not all Native.
I ain't saying all Natives, but the ones that's getting the ones who's supposed to give us stuff, the ones who are supposed to abide by those treaties. They're really fighting against it. Even the Choctaws, they were very reluctant. They were fighting against it.
I think that what needs to happen is an understanding of each other through various tribes, and then also too, I personally don't know any black organizations that reached out to Native tribes for money or sponsorship or whatever. I always know that all of us seem to always run to the white man or white corporations and saying, "Hey, lend me this, lend me that."
Right. But
in regards to, like, I don't know, do we run to Mexican organizations as black people and say, "Can you lend me this or lend me that?" We don't go to each other to help each other. We're always running to the massa. And that's our problem. And that's what he wants us to do. He wants us to continue to not work together and to run to him. So we could stay segregated with our issues, with everything. And that's the problem that I have, because walking in two roads and walking in two lives, and I'm in the hood, I'm in the barrio, and I'm on the reservation. And the number one thing I hear all the time is, how come we're not coming together? Because the white man continues to segregate us constantly.
And the
saying,
white man has
when I was
infiltrated
in
these
Standing
Native
Rock,
American
when I
tribes,
was in
which
Standing Rock, I
was
was
my
on
point,
the
sister. The white supremacists, they've infiltrated these tribes, which is my whole point all along.
exactly how they infiltrated Black America. I'm boycotting the Waffle House right now, and on the news, we was on the news, and the white woman was all like, "I boycott Waffle House," and the black man said, "No, I love my chicken and waffles. I'm not going to boycott the Waffle House. That's my place." Like he owned it. We're dealing with a mental enslavement, and this is all across the board, all color lines. This is our main problem. It's not a check. It's none of that stuff. We could come. Land is more powerful than a check.
So
but they don't want us. They don't want us to. The white man does not want us to unite with Native people. Like I said, it will be another Black Wall Street, and it will also be another Seminole War.
And the thing is, the white people, they've infiltrated these Native tribes, many of them, and they're claiming to be Native themselves, but they're still practicing white supremacy. They don't identify as Native. They use that as a hustle. This is a reality. But they identify as white supremacists, and that's why they're not uniting with us, because they are themselves white supremacists who claim small quantities of Native American. And just denying that it's just being disingenuous.
Yes, like I said, certain Native tribes, but not the majority. We're talking about those that are maybe prospering, with their casinos. It's a greed thing, but a lot of them are not. Or another thing too, and since you have a huge following, I want to say this, is that any of your Black followers that have degrees, go to the tribe and apply for these jobs, because a lot of Jews are coming in, and Italians and Russians are coming in, and they're applying for these jobs at these tribes.
And I got people texting me. I have listeners
and all of that.
I have listeners texting. I have listeners texting me right now from Miami. They were like, "Look, I'm Seminole. Them white Seminoles don't fuck with us like that." They texting me now saying,
"Were they out in Hollywood, or were they out? Were they in the what's where all the alligators are at?
Like Central Florida?
No, are they on Muskogee, or are they on Hollywood, Florida?
Because they're down in Southern Florida. They're like, look,
Everglades.
Right. They're like, those white Seminoles don't really fuck with us like that. They're not rocking with us like that down here. They're telling me they're racist as hell, those Seminoles, those white ones against the Black ones. Now, they're talking about some of the money. They're saying that the Black ones get a quarter of the money that the white ones get. So they're practicing white supremacy with them.
I don't know. What tribe?
It's a Seminole. I don't know if there's different fractions of the Seminole. Who's doing it?
There is. There's
the Everglades.
Okay,
they said the Everglades. Okay, the Everglades race. Okay, yeah. So
and that's where my friend is at, and she's Black Seminole. She's Black and Seminole.
Okay, all right.
Her
sister.
father was Black. Her mom was Seminole.
All right, sister. Thank you so much for calling in. Much love
Thank
to you.
Thank you, Tariq.
All right.
And for real, Tariq, I'm taking you on the reservation. Let me know when when you're available. If you want to go to Pine Ridge, or even in California, I could come out there to you and take you out on the land.
If they got some land to give me, if they're going to give me, if they're going to give me something,
you want to go to Oklahoma and go. I introduced you to Marilyn Van. She's the main person that's been fighting the Black Cherokee fight. And her name is Marilyn Van. You can look her up. She's the president of the Freedmen Association that deals with the 5 civilized tribes. And so but like I said, it's over. So just pick a location. I'll take you over to, and I really want you to meet, various Native people and elders and young folks, so you could get a broader perspective as well.
Yes, indeed. How's Granddad doing?
He's doing phenomenal. He just came from Cuba. He was also, he went out to Cuba. You know that Fidel, before he passed away, he had a doctorate program, and he still has it. And so 2 of my cousins are there. So if you, and it's only the only criteria is you have to go back to your neighborhood into your community and heal your people, but
Absolutely.
you could go ahead and go to school to be a doctor.
Yeah.
So yeah, so he's doing great. He's looking like he's 40 years old.
Man. Let the minister know I'm about to do Hidden Colors 5. I would still love to have him in the movie. Definitely.
Yes, I will, and I did send that email over to him for last time,
Okay.
and so I'll mention it again. But I make sure that he does get the information. I just can't promise anything.
Absolutely. All right, sister. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling in.
Okay. All right. Peace and blessings.
All right. That is Sister Yanazda. That's Minister Farrakhan's granddaughter. She's a good friend of mine. She's cool. Me and Yanazda's, we're cool. I vehemently disagree with a lot of stuff she was saying. I vehemently disagree. That's why, when I pointed out a lot of stuff, there was a lot of talking in circles, sister. There was a lot of, that's why I'm like, you bring up something, then we go around the block. I'm talking actual facts. When I talk about black folks, again, black folks out there in that pipeline. Where's that pipeline? What's the pipeline place? Stone Rock. What's the name of the place? I forgot. What was the name of the place with the pipeline? The DAPL. Standing Rock? Was it Standing Rock, Oklahoma? Standing Rock. Now, black folks are out there getting tear gas, black people fighting their ass off for the Native Americans. We've always fought for the damn Native Americans. The Seminoles, we were fighting, protecting. We became part of the Native Americans, basically. The Seminoles were black, mixed in with some other locals down there in Florida. We've always fought for all these groups. Keystone. It's never been reciprocal. John Horse. You had black folks, black men like John Horse, whooping ass. It's never been reciprocal. Let's be real. We're going to talk turkey here. Because I'm not about to be played. Some of these people can hold their own fucking nuts. Because we're going to have to get to the point where black folks getting played, those days are over. When I asked my sister on the phone, sister, when did they rock with us? Oh yeah, they did. We had a walk. We had a march in the late 70s. No. Marching don't mean shit. No, we out here getting knocked in the head and we fighting for folks and we helping get laws passed. We getting killed for people, and they have a one-day walk with us, and it's supposed to be equal. No. They can hold their own nuts. Those Native Americans, and sister, you man, the Cherokee, all of them had us enslaved. Oh, no, brother, no. Yes, they did. The Cherokees had us enslaved. These are facts. Now, people can kind of call it something else. They didn't want to let black folks go either. Let's be real. They didn't want to free black people. Brother Claude Anderson breaks this down. Choctaw too. They did not want to let black people go during the Civil War. I ain't talking about all, but let's talk real. Many of them tribes, when they got mixed in with some of the whites, they took on some of the same ideologies. And the treaty said we're supposed to get some paper. Now, the sister kept trying to downplay the paper. Well, that ain't a lot of money. Those are pennies. Give me my pennies. If it's pennies, give me my damn pennies. Well, it ain't that much. They get a little land. Give me my little land then. well, they ain't got much. Well, don't give me half of yo ain't much, and I'm going to make some out of it. I'm going to show you how to flip it. You did. Those treaties said that we're supposed to get stuff. Oh, no, the white man, we shouldn't be wanting stuff. No, I want what's promised. And they ain't giving it up. They owned us. You dig? We help enrich them with our labor. Break bread. I do not want to go on no tribe if ain't nobody talking about breaking no bread. I don't want to go see you talk this bullshit. We're brothers in the same struggle. Okay, where's my paper? That's where I am with mine. I'm not caping for no other groups. I'm tired of caping for other groups. Everybody's going to have to hold their own nuts. I'm tired of this one-sided black people caping for the world while we suffer. I'm helping black folks. If they're not trying to give us any tangibles, I'm not fucking with them. No group. Every group has been against us. You got people like Dog the Bounty Hunter who claims to be Native American and he's racist as fuck. I do not have time to test and see which one of these pale white supremacists / Native Americans are the real deal. If you look and act like a white supremacist, I'm just going to suspect you are. I don't care if you got 185th Native American in you. Are you capable of being a white supremacist against me? Then hold your own damn nuts. I'm cool. And these Negroes from the root, if you want to let them cape for you, go ahead. We all we got. I ain't caping for nobody. Black people need that. We need upliftment. We don't have the power to cape for other people. We need to get our shit together. And yeah, people want you to come out to stand. How come more black people ain't out here standing rock with us? Yeah, you want us to come out there to help you. Of course they want us to come help them. Anytime they get into a tizzy, they want us to come help them. Where are these Native American groups for Philando Castile? Where are Native Americans for Trayvon Martin? Where are Native Americans for Mike Brown? Where are Native Americans for Tamir Rice? Where are the Native Americans saying that, hey, we got land that we're going to share with you so you can help fight off white supremacy so you can have a safe space? Where in the fuck are you on that? I don't want to hear no splaining. I don't want no splaining. Where are these people to say, hey, we might not have much, but you're our brothers in the struggle, so come on over here, we got a safe space for you. We got a place over here for you where you ain't got to worry about that. What we get from them is y'all black asses can't come around our tribe. The Seminoles do that. The Cherokee, they do that. The Choctaw, they do that. Come on, man. I love my sister, but some of the stuff was just disingenuous. She was like, well, it's just one white president saying who's part of the Cherokee. No, it ain't one dude. It's not one. It ain't one dude who's been doing that for the last 70, 80 years. They've been doing that. Come on, I'm not caping for these folks. I know my sister, she's tied in with some of these native groups and I ain't. I'm cool. They ain't done shit for me or black folks, so they can't take nothing from us. So I can speak truth to power. They ain't done shit for me or black people except throw us out of their damn tribes. That's a reality. That is a reality. They will go get a little house on a reservation and then be white somewhere else. Let's be real. You ain't that oppressed. If you can pass for white, you can just take your feathers off and go blend into white society. Let's stop playing this game. The white ones are not being oppressed. Are there Native Americans who are being oppressed? Sure, because those are the darker ones, the ones who are more identifiable. Who are they being oppressed by? White people, not us. But the ones, those fake $5 Indians who got enrolled into the tribe and all that stuff, the ones who can pass for white, they're not being oppressed because all they got to do is take off the feathers and nobody knows that they're Native American. Because in reality, many of them ain't. Those are $5 Indians and they do exist. Most of these people are not real Native Americans. They're not. The original Native Americans, you don't go from being jet black to lily white like that. You just don't. Hell, even in Spain, they got rid of all the Moors in Spain, but everybody in Spain is basically a fixed mulatto race. You don't have lily, I've been all over Spain. You don't have lily white people in Spain. I'm telling you how genetics work. I'm telling you how genetics work, family. I've been all over the country of Spain. The Spanish people in Spain are a fixed mulatto race. You understand? But climate, yeah, right. Yeah, right. What does climate have to do with anything? Over as far as motherfuckers being lily white. So you got that climate thing. No, you got black ass Eskimos. Go look at the original Eskimos. I'm not caping for nobody. I'm just not. I don't even want to talk to anybody of these white so-called Native Americans who are really $5 Indians who are not real natives. Because look, are there real natives out there? Of course they are. I'm cool with them. But the ones who are running these tribes, kicking us out, no. If you want to practice another form of white supremacy under the guise of being a Native American, no. Absolutely not. Yeah, I saw Childish Gambino's new video, but we're going to have to be real. You got a bunch of pretendians out here. You got a bunch of these bullshit-ass Steven Seagals. None of these people got no real Native American ancestry. Let's just be real. And my sister, that's why I got off the phone. You know, I said she was contradicting herself. First, I was pointing out the fact that you got a bunch of fake $5 Indians running the show. Oh no, no. They're real this, they're real that. And then we kept talking about the discrimination from many of these tribes. Oh no, those are the white ones though. So now they ain't white, now they are white. So the white ones ain't really that significant, but now the white ones are running everything. You see the contradictions there? No, we can't run from the facts. Facts are facts. So when you try to run from the fact, you're going to keep running back into the facts. We've concluded that those tribes, he tried to make it seem like it was just a Cherokee, but all of them are playing that racial game when it comes to the black people who are supposed to be getting those resources. It's white $5 Indians who are running these tribes. They are the tribal leaders. They are the ones up here talking about the blacks can't get this and the blacks can't get that. These are facts. I mean, you can Google this. You dig? See, we gotta start talking truth to power. So she made it clear there was no one thing called Indian. Yeah, I know there's different tribes. I get that. I get that there's, 500 different tribes? There's a whole bunch of different tribes. I get that. Which one of those tribes welcomed black folks as a whole? Out of 500 of these tribes, now I'm just talking about the 5 civilized, quote unquote, civilized tribes, that's getting all this money allocated. But out of all of these other tribes, which one said, hey, black folks, come fuck with us? Out of 500, somebody help me. And I don't want to hear no excuse where they ain't got much. They don't know. Because black folks don't have much, but we always caping for everybody else. We don't have much, but we always caping. You understand me? We give our last 2 pennies to other groups to help them. I want to know which one of those 500 tribes, any of them, ever said, black people, we got you. Come on, let's talk truth. None. None, none, none. None, 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 none. What I'm saying is either the truth or it's false. That's why I don't want to get into a long thing, but we're talking in circles. People start talking in circles. I like straightforward answers. Out of these 500 tribes, which one of them said, black folks, come on, we got you. We ain't got much, but you can come be with us. You can come share our land. We've been oppressed. You've been oppressed. Come on, we got you. None. That's either true or it's not true. It's that simple. But when something happens with them, hey, the government's about to take our land and standing rock. Oh, no, let me get my cape. I'm coming. No. I'm not going to be shamed into this whole brothers in the oppression struggle thing whenever other people need help. Then all of a sudden we get shamed. Hey, black bull, come on now. We all oppressed. The white man trying to get... No, I ain't running to nobody's defense. I'm not. And y'all stop doing it too. Y'all stop doing that too. We're going to stop that. We're going to have a new code of conduct. Because we have a history of helping many of these Native American groups, and they have a history of not doing shit for us, and even a history of slavery with us, and a history of kicking us out of their tribes. And that's the reality. That's a real reality. Now, Haiti, for example. Haiti said, look, we ain't got much. We just been through a war. We struggling, but black people, anywhere you are, come on over here. We got you. If you are oppressed, we got you, black folks. Come on over here. We'll hold you down. Haiti did that after a war, after their finances and everything were put into chaos. They still opened that door. You dig? See, we got to be on code. These other groups are going to have to hold your nuts. That's who I am. I'm Chief Hold Your Nuts. I am Chief Hold Your Own Nuts. Man. But yeah, we just gotta take our capes off, family. We just gotta take our capes off. And, I'm not in the business of just claiming Native American just to sound exotic. Because, again, a lot of us do that. Like, I'm Native American. Look at my hair. Fuck all that. You dig? And then you got a lot of women out here, and niggas, but you got a lot of women out here. I was arguing with a suspected bedwench earlier. she talking about she got a little piece of Native American in her, and she was caping. So she was a Negro red wench. All right, you got a bed wench and you got a red wench. You dig? You red wenching for the $5 Indians. You trying to be a bed wench for the goddamn $5 Indians. Now you're a red wench. Just doing whatever you can to do some wenching somewhere. Man, we got to get off that. We got to stop being everybody's bed wench, red wench, and coon. We always looking for an angle so somebody can fuck us, figuratively and literally. We got to get off that Negro thirst. We're the thirstiest fucking people on the planet. Black folks got to get that thirst shit out of us. We'll do anything for some sexual intimacy from any group. Just like with Issa Rae, she caping for Asian dudes, caping for Native Americans, caping for every goddamn body. We the capingest damn people, hoping we're gonna get some love and affection. We're so unloved. Black men and black women, we're so unloved. We're looking for love in all the wrong places. God damn, we're looking for love from everybody. If we get some non-black hugs, we think everything is all right. We got to get off that. And like I said, when it comes to people doing something tangible, don't let nobody tell you about some march somebody had. They love talking that shit. Man, well, I marched with Martin Luther King. That don't mean nothing. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing told me, she said, those marches mean nothing because what happens after the march is done at 6 o'clock, they go back to the suburbs and your ass go back to the projects. Nothing has changed. They love marching. They love marching because nothing gets done with marching. It's just a bunch of symbolic hugging. It's a symbolic social event that means nothing. You go up there, you get to hug and kiss on Negroes and then go home without giving up any power, wealth, or resources. Nigga, if you want to march with me, we're going to march to the bank so you can transfer over a casino to me and black folks. When y'all want to transfer over a casino and I can employ about 200 black folks in that casino, holla at me. You talk to me about that. If any Native American group want to talk to me, first things first, you talk to me about a casino. You want to have a black Native American coalition? Let's get a casino. You give it to me, and I will employ black people overnight. Then I'll see you serious. I'll be out there, I'll be at Standing Rock, out there with you like a motherfucker. You got my approval after we get my casino so I can employ black folks. And my casino will be a success. I will show you how to make it a success. I'm like, well, there's casinos, but they ain't doing good. I don't care. Give me my casino. I'll make it do what it do. Now, I have Evelyn Champagne King performing at that motherfucker the first night. It'll be popping. I don't want to talk to nobody unless they're talking about giving up tangibles, allocating resources, helping black folks collectively, helping us get resources. See, the thing is, black people, we don't have resources. This is why we keep getting our asses whooped left and right, because we don't have resources. Everything I'm about is the allocation of resources. That's why I just went on a tour around the country. When I was going into these different cities, people are like, Tariq, are you doing a lecture? No, I'm not doing a lecture. Because, I haven't done lectures in a minute. I'm doing my first lecture of the year in the UK next month. But I've deliberately not been doing lectures because I want people to actually start creating an economic base. I just don't want to keep showing up to different cities to talk to you about the same thing. I want action from the community. And trust me, look, I appreciate people coming out to see me. Look, when I do lectures, they're all sold out. But I don't want people to come see me and then just go home and do everything you've been doing. No, when I come to your city, I want you to create a base, an economic base, which is going to be a power base. This is why I went on tour. And instead of me doing lectures, now I did meet and greets just to say hello and take pictures with the community, but I made sure I did the meet and greet at a black business that the community would be forced to come to. You would be, to see me, you're going to have to come to this neighborhood, to this black business. That's how I'm going to make you come to the fucking black business if I have to. You understand? So we create a network. I'm creating an international, a national network of black businesses so that we all know each other, so the community knows who you are. We went to different cities showcasing multiple black businesses. When we do this show, you're going to see where many of these black businesses are. You need to patronize them. You need to empower these people. That's how important I knew this was, so that they can have an economic base, so that they can get resources, so that we as a community can be dependent upon ourselves. So once we have an economic base, we can have a political base. You can use that money to control your politicians. Because see, we talk about certain things, but we just never put the steps to do it. I don't want us to be the kind of people that get into clicheisms. I had a girl the other day on Twitter. Something happened. Somebody got kicked out of a store or whatever. And the sister was like, oh man, I'm so tired of this happening. We need a Black Wall Street. I'm like, come on, man. Now we just throwing out cliches. Now we're getting into clicheism. And I don't want that to happen. See, we'll start just latching on to catchphrases and just say the same shit over and over year after year without actually doing something. And we ain't about to do that shit. We ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna show you what needs to be done and where you need to go. And how serious it is to patronize these people. And also that's going to influence other people to get businesses going. Because when I was doing the meet and greets all over the country, people were talking to me like, Tariq, you inspired me to start my own business. I do this. You inspired me to start this business. That's what I want to hear. Yeah, I don't want no pipe dreaming. I want you to go out there and get this shit. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear people say, hey, look, man, I listened to you and I went and got my own thing popping, man. I'm doing this now. I got my store popping. I got this. You dig? Yeah, I might have to go to Oakland. That's the thing. But yeah, every family should have one business owner. Real talk. Hidden Colors 5 is coming soon. I'm just coming up with all this stuff. What should we talk about in Hidden Colors 5? What are some of the topics we should talk about, family? Because I'm getting all the stuff ready for Hidden Colors 5. One thing I definitely want to talk about, definitely want to talk about vaccines. I want to talk about that. We're going to talk about a lot of warfare in Africa, the history of African warfare. We're going to talk about Coonan. We're definitely going to talk about that. What else should we talk about in Hidden Colors 5? Oakland has a black-owned. Okay. Shea Butter Coonan, hilarious. Butter Coonan. Nutrition, definitely we're going to talk about nutrition. Definitely we're going to talk about that. Man. Black family, right? But anyway, speaking of black family, let me get in here with my black family and see what's popping. Let me get up out of here, y'all. Boy, we've been in here heavy. I'm hot as hell. I'm going to have to use some of Dr. Charm's spray to get my sinuses together. and everything. But anyway, y'all, it's been real. Yo, go to melanoidnation.org, man. Melanoidnation.org. Contribute to the Melanoid Ministries so we can keep doing fly things. Many of the donations helped out with the tour, going around the country showcasing a lot of the businesses. That helps out. I appreciate that. And, you know, more contributions is going to help us do more because there's other cities that I want to go to as well. You guys are gonna love the footage that we have so far. Real good stuff. Don't forget, man, go to 1804movie.com. Get the movie 1804. The show, the reality show footage is so good. Shout out to Killer Mike. Killer Mike is in it. We went to his shop. He has a barbershop, the Swag Shop in Atlanta. Y'all see, y'all know I got my tattoo here. Mike knew what it was. See, real recognized real. When Mike saw my tattoo, he was like, that old goon. So Mike knew what it was. Mike picked up on it. That's what I like. See, that's why that goes back to the saying, real recognized real. Only a couple of people can see the tattoo and know what it is. It was when I was in New Orleans, the voodoo priestess. She saw it and she knew what it was. You dig? That's what real recognized real. Yanazda Lone Wolf Hill is the name of the sister who called. And shout out to Yanazda for calling up. You know, we I respect her opinion. We disagreed on many things, but I respect the sister. That is my sister. And anyway, go to hiddencolorsfilm.com to get Hidden Colors 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hiddencolorsfilm.com. Hidden Colors 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go to TariqElite.com to get those Tariq Elite sunglasses y'all saw me rocking all week during the tour. A lot of folks were asking about those sunglasses. Those are the international glasses at TariqElite.com. Oh, you're trying to beat the Crispies Biscuits game? Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to beat the game. A couple of people beat it, though. But it's hard to beat the game. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Y'all be good. Peace.